Kia ora koto katoa, and welcome to Auckland, New Zealand for some playoff NZIHL action between the West Auckland Admirals and the Botany Swarm. And boy, do we have some action for you tonight. I'm Joel Rindeloff. Joining me is Bryce Rouse, and wow, what a matchup.
Absolutely, and both these teams deserve to be at this point in time at the end of the season, Joel. Both teams have been very good. The Swarm just unlucky not to get that final top spot. The Stampede just taken them by 1 point overall. So yeah, we get to see an Auckland rivalry in the semi-final.
These two teams know each other well. They've played against each other in this semi-final matchup previously, so there's going to be a lot of familiarity on that ice.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys know each other really well. I think the Swarm actually beat the Admirals in all games they played them this season, which was 4 games. So the Admirals looking for their first win against the Swarm, and what a time to actually do it in the first game of the semi-finals here tonight.
There is going to be a lot of action, so we have a 2-part semi-final matchup. We've got the game tonight, which will end win, lose, or draw. No matter what, there will be a second match tomorrow, and it will be an aggregate. So if the Swarm win today and the Admirals win tomorrow, they will play an overtime session to try to decide the winner. Of course, if a team wins in both occasions, then they will be through to the final to face the Sky City Stampede next weekend.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Stampede obviously finishing top spot, well deserved. Congrats to them for finishing. Swarm would have loved to have hosted a home final, but nonetheless, they're going to get the job done against the Admirals. Maybe that could spark whoever wins this weekend will use that momentum to take on to next weekend in Queenstown anyway.
That's right. This weekend, one team will have their season ended here in Botany Downs, Auckland, New Zealand. And it's going to be a tough leg for that West Auckland side, as they were having a bit of difficulty this year generating some offense. Actually had the lowest goal-scoring output in the entire league. Bryce, how do they overcome that this weekend?
Well, they're going to get on top of this Swarm early, a couple of goals early, set that tone early. They can't afford not to do that, because if they don't, they're going to allow the Swarm team to get their groove going, which they've shown all season. Once they get ticking along, they are an extremely dangerous team. But I would never, ever write off a West Auckland Admirals side.
Absolutely not.
If they can find a little bit of that spirit they had for last year's finals, because they all were always building up to that final, and they played their best hockey in the final. So if they think they can still improve from the regular season and take it up a notch, they could definitely give the Swarm a run for their money.
They definitely do have that talent and the experience on their side. A lot of playoff games on that West Auckland bench, and certainly do not count them out in any game that they step foot on.
No, absolutely not. And the Swarm also have not played a game in 4 weeks due to their season actually ending a little bit early, but obviously they're going to be playing here tonight, first game in 4 weeks. It might be a little bit rusty. I would beg to differ that they're just going to find that form they had during the season and replicate it here tonight.
Yeah, a very, very productive year from those Botany Swarm. Maybe unexpected to some people that aren't heavy Swarm followers, but they got some key contributions from their imports, including Peter Stepanek from the Czech Republic, who is one of the top goal scorers in this league.
He's been immense for this Botany Swarm outfit this season. Also, a really good job by the coaches. You've got Colin Vanderven, Philip Forey, and Quinton Steitler. All doing a really good job this season. And also, they've got Ivan Dalmatau, a young gun who's extremely good. Going to be so exciting in the years to come. But we're almost ready here, Doc.
We are getting ready here. And, of course, this West Auckland side will be backed by their goaltender, Csaba Magos, here in this sold-out arena here at the Hive in Paradise Botany.
Yeah, and we've got Canada in net for the Botany Swarm as well, and I can bet you bottom dollar, Doc, that we will see Grace Harrison in the net tomorrow as well.
That is the beauty of the Swarm this year. Have 2 fantastic options between the pipes with Canada and Grace Harrison, who have almost identical statistics as far as save percentage and goals against average. So it's a bit of a luxury having both arms to turn to when in need. So here we go. Playoff hockey here in the NZIHL is underway.
It's a packed house here tonight too, ladies and gentlemen. If you can get down here tomorrow, I would highly recommend that.
So we have an early whistle and an icing will be called. So face-off all the way down to the West Auckland end.
Yeah, not too far of a trip from West Auckland, only about 30 to 45 minute commute, so only across town.
Well, depending on traffic.
Yeah, it was quite bad today, actually.
Stepanek tried a little backdoor pass there between the legs, and instead it goes right to Polzov. His centering feed right on. Oh, and a save made on the one-timer by Dalmatau. Trying to get on board early are the Swarm with some good possession. There's Simon with the shot that hits a skate. And finally, it's cleared out by the Admirals. And Polzov puts on the brakes, loses the footing for a moment, and is intercepted by Ellis. Ellis will dump it in, and it'll be Sandoy to chase. Hart in front of him, so he'll spin away, and plays it back down low towards Simon. Hart trying to make something happen instead of Atwell. Comes to scoop it up. And here's Fontaine for the Swarm. He's forced to put on the brakes. Now a pass up towards Simon. Simon centering feed there. Looking for Atwell, who will chip it in. As McLeish was on his back. Now Fontaine. Cycles it down low for Kozak. Now up top towards Tuller, but that bounces over his stick and out of the zone. Race for the puck here as Scott Henry's got some speed, forcing Kennedy to play it to the far side. And now McDonald up to Kozak. Good energy here early from both sides. With that early chance from the Swarm knocked away by the blocker of Chaba. Able to get in good position from that one-timer early. And now here's the other end as Canada's forced to hold on. And so just a minute 40 in, we are still deadlocked at 0.
Yeah, it was a great look in just before here from Dalmatau on the one-time shot. Chaba making a huge save, but then Stepanek unable to actually collect that bouncing puck. He could have gone around Chaba. That was very dangerous.
Very good save by Chaba. Never left his feet. Not even sure how much he saw it either. In good position nonetheless. But here come the Swarm on the attack again. It's McDonald. Play that one towards Janssen. Backhander there actually hit his own player in Winston Lee. And here come the Admirals out of the zone with speed. Here's the import Smith in the zone. Centering feed towards Canada. Bouncing puck, but he will collect.
Yeah, you got to pressure Canada nice and early. Try to get something past him early because he's one of those kind of goaltenders that he grows into the game. Like a lot of goalies do around the world. If you get more shots on them and the more they save, the better they're going to get, so the harder they will be to score against.
So face-off here to the left of Canada is won by Dalmatau. And that's Andy Hay, the captain, with his first step on the ice. And we'll get it up to Stepanek, the potent import here for the Swarm, who averaged over 2 points a game and scoring on nearly 50% of his shots this year. There's Hay with a chance right on, but good position and another save made by Chaba.
Yes, the panic in the middle actually had the men looking at him, and then Andy Hay actually found himself with a half opportunity there with the pass from Polozov. See here, all eyes pretty much on Stepanek there, as Andy Hay just comes and sneaks around the back. Moses had to be alert.
Andy Hay, the veteran and stalwart on the blue line for the Swarm, actually is playing against his little brother on the West Auckland Admirals, and Oliver Hayes' first season cross town, so a bit of an interesting rivalry for those two brothers.
Yeah, that's right. Could be some good banter at the dinner table at the end of the weekend if Grant Hay invites them around, if they behave themselves out there. And Liz Hay also, I was wondering what jersey she'd be wearing tonight. She's actually wearing an Auckland ice hockey jersey.
That's a safe bet right there.
It is.
Either way, Auckland Ice Hockey will be the winner this weekend as both teams fall under their jurisdiction here in the semifinal series. And here's Hayward Jones intercepts the pass, and now the fleet-footed defenseman will go on the attack himself, trying to pressure Simon, and it's played up towards Polozov. Polozov tries to go off the wall, but loses control of the puck, and it's played behind the net. Now Simon up to Hopkinson. Just off of his stick, and Regan tries to play it back in. Ellis able to use his stick to gain control. And now Ellis plays it into the far corner, and Sandoy runs into him. And now here come the Swarm with some speed. It's Hopkinson across the red. He'll just chip it in, forcing Chaba to make a play on it, and he will actually hold on for the faceoff.
Yeah, nothing too physical out there yet, Doc. I think both teams just trying to get a few scoring opportunities. Looking for that early goal is what I think they're trying to do, because I think that early goal is going to put so much pressure on that other team straight away to at least get something back. Even though there is going to be 2 games, a lot of time to get back into it, that first goal is crucial here tonight.
So face-off here will be Hopkinson for the Swarm, but instead Ellis wins it for the Admirals, and now Regan in the far corner. He'll try to play it up the wall. One-touch pass goes off the skate of Hopkinson, but right to the stick of Regan, and he'll bring it into the zone. Now Regan, the defenseman, trying to get around Sandoy, and he's pressured by 2 players. Now Sandoy actually brings him down. Rooney comes in to have his say. And now Ellis with a slap shot that's blocked at the line, and McDonald to chase.
Actually just got back from a training camp in Bulgaria, did Marcus McDonald.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And here's a turnover. Now here's Fontaine for the Swarm, but a blocker saved by Chaba. Puck still kept in the near wall, and it's Fontaine trying to get around Vesper, and then we have a delayed call as Vesper got a little loose with the stick, taking down Fontaine.
A little bit lazy there from Vesper. It's going to cost him and his team a couple of minutes in the bin. Gives the Swarm power play their first opportunity here tonight. Dalmatal, Polozov, and Stepanek. Who else would you rather have out there? That is a strong power play unit for the forwards.
He'll be joined by Mawson, the
screen man,
the ogre in front of the net, and of course McDonald at the point. So here's Polozov. He'll start in the near wall. Chamberlain into his face. Now up top towards McDonald. Now Stepanek with a little bit of room. Going back door, but that's broken up. And finally cleared the length of the ice as Chamberlain was the first one there.
Yeah, Chamberlain's a very good guy to have on your penalty kill because you can utilize that pace that he does have.
Now played to the near side. That's Dalmatal with it. He goes up top towards McDonald. Now down low towards Dalmatal. Had to beat Kennedy to the puck there. And now it's played towards McDonald. He'll skate around the net. Good job so far by the Admirals to keep the puck on the outer sides of this zone, not giving the Swarm much down the middle of the ice. Now Mawson will fight for it. Tries to kick it over to Polozov. It's broken up by Kennedy, unable to clear, and now Henry has it and is able to send it the length of the ice.
Big roar there from the Admirals faithful that are in the building here tonight. They do travel well when they come here. They're probably more, I'd say they're louder than the Swarm fans, to be honest.
That's a bold statement here in the Hive, as both fans are definitely watching this carefully. With less than 20 seconds remaining on this power play opportunity for the Swarm. And now cleared up and out again, and here's Rooney to chase on Tuller with this aggressive penalty kill forecheck here by Rooney, making some magic happen in the far corner, and that's going to do it for the rest of this.
Oh, that's going to be a penalty against the Swarm now. Well, the Admirals done so well. Great job of killing off that penalty, and now they've worked so hard, they've got their own power play.
A great individual effort there by Taylor Rooney to really give the Swarm a bit of guff behind their own net, forcing them into that penalty right there. So we get our first power play opportunity for the West Auckland Admirals as Tuller gets 2 minutes for tripping.
So first look, looks like we've got Vesper, McLeish, and Henry up on the forward line, while Sistroni and Regan are on the defensive side. Probably using McLeish as their screen man.
McLeish, always a tyrant in front of the net. swear he uses that beard just to screen the goalie.
Yeah, definitely.
That thing needs its own zip code. And it's Regan for the Admirals, who'll play it up towards McLeish. Now down low, through the skates of Henry, but makes its way over to Sestroni. Now over back towards McLeish. He's able to get a stick on it, but Polozov's right there as they collide. Now play over to Mawson. He's got a little bit of room to work with, so he'll send it all the way down.
Yeah, all Swarm players will get a change there as well.
So wholesale change here as Regan brings it into the zone. Trying to get around Simon. That's poked away, but here comes Hart. Hart with a little chance in the slot, but Janssen just got the tip of his blade on it. Now Sandoy trying to do some work against Rooney on the far side. And it's played up the line, but not out as Hayward Jones is able to get there. And now Simon with a big hit there. Takes down Rooney, and he is feeling it after that one.
I think they might blow the whistle as he hasn't gotten up just yet. Looks like it's an ankle or something.
So Rooney does get up, a bit shaken up on that hit from Simon. Maybe the leg went a little awkwardly into the wall there, and he is certainly unhappy about that exchange.
Yeah, definitely. And a first look at seeing Riley Smith out there for the Admirals as well, one of their imports from Canada. Definitely a prolific player, and I want to see him get in a few looks at goal.
So 5-on-4 here for the Admirals for another half minute or so. And here's Ollie Hay from his own zone. Plays it up to Ellis with speed. Now Ellis into the zone. He'll play it back towards Hayward Jones, but that's broken up by Fontaine and then played the length of the ice and into the Admiral zone. And now here's Smith. He'll stop and go the other way. Pass just ahead of Hay. And it's McDonald for the Swarm. Back to 5-on-5 hockey here as Tuller comes out of the bench. Now played up towards Kozak. Kozak trying to make him play towards the net. Just lost control of the puck, and Smith tried to clear it, but not out. Now another opportunity goes across the goal mouth, and now Atwell's there. He'll play it down low towards Kozak. Now back up towards Atwell, but that hits his skate, and then a turnover here, and here comes Riley Smith the other way. There's a shot right on, but a glove save by Kennedy.
Yeah, not the guy you want to give a wayward pass to, with Riley Smith lurking in the center there. Picks that off nicely from the pass from Atwell. Didn't really get too much on the shot. Maybe need to skate that in just a little bit more, but nonetheless get in a good look in early, getting your target on point.
Vesper wins the draw for the Admirals. Fluttering shot here, a rebound opportunity as Canada had trouble controlling that one. And a good opportunity for the Admirals. And now here's Tuller for the Swarm. Dangerous play there as the puck is knocked off his stick, but they were able to get it out of the zone. No icing here as McDonald's the first one back for the Swarm. He'll play it over to his D-man Tuller. Tuller looking straight up the middle of the ice, but only finds Mason Kennedy. And he'll have to try again from the near corner. And again, just chips it out, looking for Stepanek. And now Stepanek into the zone. Trying to leave it for Dalmatau. And now Stepanek from behind the goal. Trying to find a centering feed, looking for Hay crashing towards the middle. Instead tries to take a shot himself. And now here come the Admirals the other way. Had a brief opportunity with the defender Hay crashing down, but unable to capitalize. And instead we get a whistle all the way back to the glove of Chaba.
Yes, Stepanek, an extremely hard guy to get the puck off. Goes behind the net, doesn't really call in any defenders trying to get him. He doesn't look happy about something either. Not sure what it's about, but he's actually going to go back out there as Stepanek. So 5 shots to 4 in favour of the Swarm with over 10 minutes to go already here in this first game.
So the top line for the Swarm are going to be out there trying to get a little bit of a mismatch here against the Admirals, who have their third line out there. Instead, it's a shot right on, and Chaba will hold on.
So, Doc, I see that you're a newly found Warriors fan. Is that right?
Up the Waz. And I would
That's
not
right.
say new. This is not a new occurrence.
Okay.
The first day, actually, that I arrived in New Zealand 6 years ago, I met up with some locals and watched the Waz themselves.
Nice. And now you're a big fan.
Ever since.
That's good. It's good.
And it was a pretty easy transition for me fan-wise, because I'm from Minnesota and all our sports teams are a major disappointment.
You could probably say the same about our national rugby side, but only this morning. They'll be back.
And chance starting here from the West Auckland faithful, trying to get something going as the puck goes into the bench and we get a whistle. But so far, just over 10 minutes into this opening period, we are still scoreless, and you got to think the West Auckland Admirals don't mind that so much at this point.
No, it's definitely not. There hasn't been too many scoring opportunities here for each side. Well, definitely clear cut. Few shots on net. I think it could be a game of the goalies here this evening, Doc, to be honest.
And both teams have very good ones who can get hot at any point. With still so much to play for here in game 1 of this 2-game semifinal weekend here in the NZIHL playoffs. So it'll be Ellis for the Admirals, plays it up towards Hart at center ice. He finds Rooney. Rooney, good to see him back on the ice. Trying to get around Simon, does, backhander right on, still loose, but unable to convert as Hay was able to get a hack on it. And now Sandoy using his body to break the puck free. Absorbs a hit though from Rooney as the bodies are starting to fly a little bit here in Botany.
That's twice we've actually seen Rooney come and stick up for one of his teammates after they've received a hit.
So here's McDonald for the Swarm. He'll play it in deep. Has some speed to try to chase himself. It's played up towards Tuller at the line. Up to Atwell just off his stick, and now Regan, as he's pressured by Kozak, will try again. And Cistroni will leave it for Vesper. Gets it right back, trying to go cross ice, actually hit the elbow of Vesper, then a shot right on. A bit wobbly, forcing Canada to just punch it off the net. And then a turnover here for Henry. He puts one towards the net, but Tuller's there. Played up towards Dalmata, who just got his head up in time. Or sorry, that was Fontaine, almost got clocked. And now Vesper takes a hit from Atwell as both go crashing into the far wall. Now Kozak is able to grab control of the puck, only momentarily, as a great effort by Regan keeps that in, and the Admirals will go off for a change. And now here's Polozov. Polozov into the zone, trying to get around Taylor Kennedy. Has two Admirals in his face, able to get through both of them, and then plays it up towards Moss, and his shot is blocked, though, by Smith. And now Smith trying to extend the zone, playing here from center ice, unable to get the puck, though, and the Admirals will start again. Kennedy up the wall for Smith. He's pressured from Stepanek, and now up towards Chamberlain, just in front of him, as he had a bit of a crease to work with. And now here's Dalmata with a big hit on the near wall from Kennedy. But he's able to get right back into the play. Takes another hit here from Moses, but still has control of the puck. Plays it up to Polozov. His shot is blocked by Chamberlain, and now 3-on-2 the other way. Chamberlain with a shot right on, but a save by Kennedy.
Yeah, that was right in the breadbasket for Canada. That definitely won't trouble him. Chamberlain needs to find a little bit of real estate. Maybe above the shoulders. Had a bit of time there as well. Didn't look like the pass was on.
As here's Damatau running into Mason Kennedy on the near wall. But the young buck carries on. As now Simon has it behind his own goal. Luke Simon on the far side will go up the wall. He's able to find Whiston Lee, and it's played behind the net. And now Janssen doing battle with Quigley on his back. Now Janssen with a backhander towards the net actually hits this side of the net. As the players continue to do battle. Now it's Quigley again. Centering feed there is broken up. And now here's Simon. Simon finds Janssen. Not much help as the team is changing, so Janssen just puts a wrister on that's easily stared away by Chaba. And now Vortonov for the Swarm. Good sustained pressure here by the home squad. Puts a shot right through, but that's steered away by Chaba. And now McDonald has it. McDonald, the defenseman, causing some havoc behind the net. And now Kozak, his centering feed gets through everyone. And we finally get a whistle as the net has become ajar and a bit of breath.
Yeah, they're puffed out there, Doc, and they were all going to the bench and then realizing, oh man, we can't get off. Obviously because the goalie knocked off the post. Yeah, I think they've been out there for a good minute and a half of the pressure there. The Swarm were giving them down their end.
So a gassed West Auckland side here is a shot right on, and then there's the whistle the Admirals were looking for, and they will get some fresh legs out there.
Yeah, it was a quick whistle there too. Chubba didn't actually have the puck securely in that glove of his. Whistle might have come a little bit early, but nonetheless, those Admiral boys will get a change.
So it'll be Ellis to take the draw, and he wins it for the Admirals. Down low towards Regan, bounces off Fontaine. And then with some speed up the wall, but loses control of the puck, and here comes Hopkinson the other way. Down low towards Fontaine. Fontaine, he shoots, he scores! And the Swarm strike first.
Beautiful goal there from Jackson Fontaine with an incredible pass as well from Richie Hopkinson. As we see here on the replay, unable to clear the zone. And here's Richie. Gives it to Jacko Fontaine and just goes over the glove of Chubba. Great goal.
Fantastic goal there by Fontaine. Got in close and pushed his stick forward a little bit, causing the puck to see a little bit more net to work with, and he ultimately put it home. So 1-0, Swarm up with just 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in this first period. So here's Rooney. He'll escape from Mawson, play it down low towards Ellis. But Dalmatau's the first one there. Now Stepanek going cross ice towards Polozov. And it's played back in the zone by McLeish. Now Mawson again. Over in the direction of Polozov, but that's in front of him, so Cicerone gets it. Plays it up towards Ellis into the zone. Now Ellis trying to get around Hay. These two are familiar with each other quite intimately after several seasons on this very ice rink. And it'll be Hay again. Plays it up towards Dalmatau. He'll tip that ahead. And now played all the way down, and this will be an icing as the pass was too far for Cicerone.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of response we're going to get here from the West Auckland Admirals. They definitely, obviously, need to get this puck out, get a change, and then the guys who come on next, they need to put in a hell of a shift to try and get a little bit of momentum back from the Swarm. Because you know they're going to be wanting to get that second one as soon as possible as well, so they can't be holding off.
So far, most of the West Auckland shots have been from the peripheral range. Nothing too dangerous in front of Canada. There were a couple rebound opportunities, though, and that might be something where the Admirals might want to try to capitalize. As here's an opportunity and a big save by Chaba, sliding with the glove, as Janssen had a chance right on the doorstep. Now Vortinov. He tries to throw one towards the net, but that's broken up. And Simon will play it at center. Wyston Lee will chip it in. And Kennedy's the first one back. Plays it up the wall. And just out of the zone as Simon was stepping into it. And now Sandoy has it. Tries to play it up the middle. No one there except for the Admirals. And then Moses will come in offside, a step ahead of the play.
Yeah, probably need that pass just to be a little bit sooner. I think this is another look at the goal again. Hopkinson electing not to shoot. Gives it to Fontaine. And actually did well to lift that puck up. It looked like it could have been quite tough to do so, as it looked like the puck might have been on its side, Doc.
Yeah, a great finish there by Jackson Fontaine. Exactly what the Swarm needed to try to get something going here, as neither team has had too much of an opportunity, as the goaltending has been strong on both sides, as McDonald takes a hit from Chamberlain. Now cross ice here. It actually hits the skate of Moses.
Uh-oh.
And then Riley Smith the other way. Smith all alone, he shoots. Oh, and a blocker save by Kennedy. Excellent opportunity there for the Admirals. But
yeah, and that was from Stefan Tula. Just been a little bit cute at the blue line. I know the pass, he wanted to get it up to the right wing, but needs to make sure of it. Mind you, if he actually got that pass off, they could have put the Swarm in a pretty dangerous position going forward anyway. So it's kind of a high risk, high reward kind of play.
Risky indeed. It's here comes the goal scorer Fontaine with some wheels into the zone, but he blows a tire. And now up towards Smith. Gets around Simon, but Hill's able to help out. Instead it comes to Hay. Hay loses control. And here come the Swarm into the zone. Looking for McDonald going towards the net. His centering feed hits Chaba. And now coming the other way, looking for Hay on a breakaway pass just in front of him. And now Canada has to play it up the wall. And then Sebastian Stephen tries to play it lower, as Hay does battle. Ellis steps in, but it's not enough. The play squirts free. Now to the other side. That's Ellis taking it up the wall. And McDonald for the Swarm able to break that up, and it's played over towards Hill. Now Hill with some pressure over towards Dixon. Dixon chops at it. Puck still at center ice here. And now to Sandoy from his own blue, trying to go to the far side. Hits Ellis in the back, goes straight up. He's able to play it with his hand by himself, and then takes a big hit at the blue line from Ollie Hay. And it looks like Sandoy caught a knee. He is not feeling all right.
Yeah, he's hobbling off. Hope he's going to be fine. He's a great defenseman.
Sandoy is going to get a period to rest here. He is not looking good. The Swarm will need him, as he is one of the top defenders in the league this year with a plus 26.
Wow.
Plus or minus.
That's incredible.
Which is second in the league, actually. So as far as plus minus go, the second best result for Remy Sandoy this season. The Swarm were going to need to rely on his presence back there.
That's true. He's definitely one of the Swarm talisman. The Nwain Gretzky, I think we've given him the nickname for the season. So thoughts on that first encounter, Doc?
A lot to unpack. Absolutely. It looks like the Swarm, of course, ahead on the scoreboard. Shots were relatively even. Not too many large chances for either side, but of course the Swarm counted when they needed it the most.
That's right. They got that goal. They've put the pressure on the West Auckland Admirals. I think the Admirals just need to, when they get down in the Swarm's end, they need to cycle that puck more. They need to get their defensemen tired and then try and get a mismatch pass for an open guy at the back post. And they just need to create more pressure when they're down there, like the Swarm are doing against them.
The Swarm are doing a good job with that puck possession in the offensive zone, really controlling the game. However, the Admirals have had a few chances, especially on those rebounds, funneling that puck towards the net. And maybe if they can actually get some more traffic in front of Canada, as he was able to see most of those shots, that could help as well.
Absolutely, but they also do have to stop the Swarm from coming the other way, especially with the likes of Stepanek and Dalmatau, because I'm sure those guys are going to have a little bit of a talking to, regather some plans, and then come out with a better one. So a lot to look forward to in the second period, Doc.
So after one period, it is the Swarm up 1-0. Stay with us with second period action coming your way. Welcome back to NZIHL action here at the Hive in Auckland, New Zealand, between the Botany Swarm and the West Auckland Admirals. And wow, what a period. The Swarm jumped out to that 1-goal lead early, but we still have a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, a lot of hockey still left in this game. Probably evenly matched up so far. Maybe the Swarm just taking the edge on those quality goal-scoring chances, but they do have a 1-goal lead. You know the Admirals are going to come back here, Doc.
Oh, they will indeed. This is a side that has been fighting all year long, and I would expect that to continue. Remember, the winner of this series this weekend advances to the Burgle Cup Finals to face the Sky City Stampede, so this season is on the line here in the semifinal series.
And we can guarantee that there will be an Auckland team going down there next week, so that is definite. Which one, though, is yet to be decided, as the Admiral players are coming back onto the bench, receiving a standing ovation from their crowd.
Taking the long way here from the far corner of the bench to get that standing ovation. Let's get that crowd into it maybe a little bit, say the Admirals. And that is exactly what they're going to want to do here in the start of the second, is to get their fan base into it and start fresh, start hot, start ready.
Absolutely, because it doesn't always feel like an away game when you come across the town, because you know your fans are going to be here.
So this sold-out game, second period underway here at the Hive. So Hart will have it for the Admirals. He's pressured by Stepanek. Able to scoot away and just leaves it for Rooney, who's got heaps of time. Thought about reading a book, brushing up on his literature, instead puts a pass up the ice. As the Admirals have it now, it's Hart. Across the line, he'll put one in. As Dalmatin was in his face, now up towards Stepanek. His backhander actually finds the glove of Hayward Jones. But that's broken up by Sandoy. Good to see him back off the ice after that collision with Hay towards the end of the first.
Yeah, that's right.
And it will be Polozov. He's able to control the puck. Now plays it up towards Dalmatin. Dalmatin with a little careless with that stick, but no call there. Now cross ice towards Polozov. Throws one towards the net. That actually deflects into the ceiling, so we will get a whistle.
Yeah, really good cross ice pass inside the zone there from Stepanek, finding Polozov on that far side. But he is going to get off and look for a change, as that Atwell, Kozak and Fontaine line are going to get out there now for the Swarm. They're going to go up against that Vesper line, and they were actually short man there as McLeish was a little bit slow out.
McLeish delivering that water bottle to Chaba. Was the delay. There's McDonald with the shot. Tipped, rebound. Oh, what a save by Chaba to stuff Atwell at the doorstep. So crises averted for the Admirals, and they're able to clear the zone.
Yeah, we're sitting in a good spot there as well. Atwell at the back door. Such a good save there from Chaba.
Now here's Kozak for the Swarm. He's able to skate it up ice. Trying to get around Henry, but now it's poked away by McLeish back to center ice. McDonald up the far side looking for Tueller. He'll play it down low, and it's a race to the puck between Fontaine and McLeish takes a big hit into the wall as Fontaine was able to use his momentum.
Goes and gives Sestrona a good hit there too. Fontaine throwing his body weight around.
And now that one's played up into the ceiling, but no whistle, and we continue. And now finally we do have a whistle, and we will get that face-off just outside of the zone.
Yeah, only just skimmed the roof there, but it definitely was obvious that it did touch. So a little bit of a delayed call, but definitely the right one eventually, so no issues there.
So it'll be Witston Lee to take the draw against Chamberlain. And it's 1 to Vortnoff. Vortnoff, who has missed some time this year with the Swarm, is back out there just in time for the playoffs, as his injury is healed. And now here's Janssen. He'll go cross ice towards the captain, Hay, but a bouncing puck goes over his stick. And it's played down to Mason Kennedy. Mawson able to get a stick at her at center ice. Now up towards Wyston Lee. Wyston Lee cuts towards the center of the ice. Finds Vordenov backdoor. His shot and a save made by Chaba. And now Mawson with another opportunity. His centering feed hits the skate of Taylor Kennedy, forcing Janssen to make a move, but he's cut off. And now Mason Kennedy with the puck. Loses the legs for a second, but Admirals maintain possession as Smith has it. He's got some speed. Trying to get around Janssen, instead will retreat to his own side. Now play it over towards Mason Kennedy. His long pass was looking for Chamberlain, missed everyone, and then played up and out here by the goaltender Kennedy. And this is no icing here as the Admirals bench protests. But it was all for naught. And now here's Sandoy. He'll play it over towards Hopkinson. Hopkinson into the zone, puts a shot through, but that's blocked. Rebound here by McDonald, and that one hits the shin pad of Hayward Jones as the Admirals do a good job sealing off those shooting lanes. Now Max Hill on the far side, fighting for control of the puck. And Taylor Kennedy rings it around the wall, but it goes right to Sandoy. He throws one towards the net. Rebound opportunity went to the stick of Hill. Could not connect.
The Swarm are just living in their zone at the moment, Doc. The Admirals are just unable to clear the puck, get a change.
And again, Sandoy able to keep it in, throws it towards the net. And now it's Polozov. Able to get control of the puck. As the Admirals here are getting a bit tired and now finally able to clear the zone to up towards Dixon. But unfortunately not able to get a change. And now here's Stepanek from the sharp centering feed there for Dalmatow just off his stick. And now Polozov has it again. Plays it towards Taylor Kennedy with some dead legs here. Just trying to get the puck to move, but instead it's a turnover. Two players able to change though. McDonald will take an opportunity here with some open ice. Puts one towards the net and he hits one off the iron just over the shoulder and off the crossbar. Now pass broken up here by Rooney. Up towards Ellis. Now Ellis into the zone. Puts one towards the net but fans on it. And Tueller will get it. Tueller looking for a long pass. Finds Fontaine, the goal scorer. Fontaine trying to use the wheels and get around McLeish, but instead just gets a piece of the body. Centering feed here is to no one in particular, so McLeish will play that off the skate. Now over towards Rooney. Now Atwell has it for the Swarm at center ice. And the Swarm come in just offside, so we will get a whistle and a face-off just outside the zone.
Yeah, that was Jacko Fontaine just ahead of the blue line, causing that offside, but relentless pressure here from the Botany Swarm to start this second period. All over the Admirals at the moment. They really need to try turn the tide here and get some momentum and some goal-scoring opportunities, because you can't hold off the Botany Swarm for too much longer than what it seems like now.
There's a centering feed looking for Kozak. Just went through his wickets. And out to center ice. Andy Hart with some speed, trying to make something happen on the far side, but Hay able to cut him off, and now he goes down, and we get a whistle. And it looks like we are going to get a penalty on the West Auckland Admirals.
Yeah, it'll be against Andy Hart, high sticking. So the Swarm back on their second power play now of the night. Only really moved the puck around quite a bit the first time. Probably going to look to try get a few more shots on net at least here, this one.
So Hart with his stick a little bit too high up in the face of Hay. We'll put Dalmatow in the circle here on the top unit for the Swarm, but unable to win the draw, and Hayward Jones will clear the puck. So McDonald from behind his own goal. Plays it up towards Stepanek, and he'll just play it in. And it will be the Mawson, the first man there. And he takes a massive hit from Hay, sits him down completely. Now an opportunity in front as Dalmatau has a couple hacks, but Chaba was there.
Oh, what a hit there from Ollie Hay. Gotta love seeing when he throws hits. He's a guy in this league who loves to dish them out as well, Doc. So really good to see on a big guy of Mawson as well.
In contact.
I'm sure we'll get to see a little bit of a replay later on.
Swarm with an opportunity here on the power play with some possession now up top to McDonald. McDonald throws one towards the net, actually hit the stick of Dalmatau, and the Admirals are able to clear. Now a long pass here is broken up by Hayward Jones. Comes on net to Chaba, so he will hold on for the faceoff.
Yeah, so the Swarm will change, get that Atwell line out there, but might see a replay here in a sec. But Dalmatau taking the puck to the net as well a little bit earlier. Probably unlucky not to score as well.
Chaba, of course, has looked sharp when needed. Swarm were just able to get that one goal so far. Could easily have been more, though. So it'll be Fontaine on the far wall. Plays it up top towards Sandoy. Now Tuller sets up the one-timer, fanned on it a little bit, and is deflected away. Now Fontaine makes a move towards the net. Now plays it up towards Atwell. It's just in front of him, so Chamberlain's able to step in front of it. And now here comes Chamberlain the other way. Chamberlain trying to make a move around Atwell, but a sliding play to keep that out of harm's way.
Yeah, good stick there from Atwell, breaking that up. Would have been dangerous if you're going to let Chamberlain go in the net with the puck.
And now Regan doing some good penalty kill. Able to burn a couple more seconds on that forecheck. And still with possession, so a great penalty kill here by Regan and Ellis. As Ellis has it now. He'll leave it for Regan. Regan trying to get around Atwell, instead slapped right to McLeish. His shot is blocked, and we are back to 5-on-5. And now here comes the other way, and we get a whistle as Atwell collided and was down at his own blue. And then McLeish took a shot towards the end, so a couple veterans here feeling the effects of playing ice hockey.
Looks like Atwell's going in the bin for a couple of minutes here, Doc. Not sure what that was.
So with 11:41 remaining here in the second period, the West Auckland Admirals will be on the power play. Their second of the game as Atwell gets called for a trip diving into the legs of the West Auckland Admirals player. So we will have a face-off just to the left of Canada, and the top unit for the Admirals out there with Fraser Ellis to take the draw against Richie Hopkins and wins it straight to Hayward Jones. And now Ellis has it, loses balance for only a moment. And now Ellis again. Down low towards Hart, takes a funny bounce off the wall as Simon tries to clear, instead plays it right to Hay. Now Hay. Up top to Hayward Jones. Now Ellis. Now back up top to Hayward Jones. Throws one through, but it doesn't quite make it to Kennedy, and now he's forced to cover it up.
Yeah, no after party either in the crease there. Looks like the guys are trying to keep their cool, especially on the Admirals side. They are on the power play. Almost trickled through. Canada had to do well to pounce on the puck. There's a few Admirals players trying to get their stick on it as well.
That is a play the Admirals are looking to unload, are some of those one-timers from their point men, but unable to get that one through.
So we got confirmation Atwell's penalty is 2 minutes for tripping.
So Polzoff has it. with Rooney on his back. And now Hart's able to collect. Trying to find a centering feed here. Finally does, and a save made by Kennedy. And now Ellis back up top towards Hayward Jones. Trying to find a back door towards Hay, but not quite connecting. Then a sharp angle shot, but Kennedy's there to hold on.
Yeah, good save needed. Good battle there as well from Simon and Hart. Hart just giving him heaps of cross checks. Here he goes again, right in the back. Simon not retaliating either. Just like he did there, but Hart kind of just fell. Oh, and got the slash too there late from Hart. Wow, he's thrown it all against Simon, trying to get him to bite.
And here comes Fontaine the other way with some speed. As just 48 seconds remaining as a big hit in front of the Swarm bench as Sistroni takes a seat. And then Fontaine trying to work on Regan. Pops out to Sistroni. He makes a nice move up to Vesper. Vesper trying to get around McDonald, but he's taken down. And McDonald controls for the Swarm and able to send it the length of the ice. So things heating up here at the Hive with the West Auckland Admirals trying to make some action happen here in the offensive zone. Now Sistroni. Over towards McLeish. McLeish with a seam. He puts one towards the net, but a save made by Kennedy. And now Dalmata able to get it out, but just to center ice. And now McLeish up towards Sistroni. That's off his stick, and it's Tueller trying to get it towards Atwell as he's out of the box. So back to 5-on-5 hockey. Now to the far side, it's Sistroni. Trying to play it up top. Instead, it's knocked off his stick by Tueller. Now a race for the puck to Stepanek. Stepanek using his size to get control. And now the defender lost his stick, so some trouble here for the Admirals. Mason Kennedy able to re-grab that twig. And it's played up to center ice. Andy Hay has to leave it for no one in particular, so Chamberlain will take that. Now up to Smith, trying to find Moses crashing towards the net. And now it's played the other way. Moses tries to leave it for Chamberlain, but it's played to Kennedy. His pass is intercepted by Stepanek. Now Stepanek with a ripper throws one through, but a skate save made by Chaba. Now up top towards Hay. He can't control it, so puck squirts out to center ice. Looking for Wyston Lee, but he'll take that in offside as Polzoff was not quite out of the zone.
Yeah, probably could have done a little bit more to get off quicker there, Doc, but he was going to the bench. Probably didn't think that they were going to get an interception from bad pass. Here's that hit from Fontaine. Big hit there on Sistrone. And that ripper of a shot on that far side from Stepanek there, Doc. That was moving.
Stepanek, of course, always dangerous with the puck, and here's an opportunity for the Swarm that's knocked away towards Dixon. Stepanek, of course, the second leading goal scorer in the league. Puck bouncing around. And now pass intercepted here. And Quigley trying to center it, but instead it's reached by Sandoy up towards Janssen. Hay collects, puts it right on, but Kennedy was able to see that all the way. Kept in nicely at the line by Hayward Jones. And now Simon has it. Over to Sandoy. He's looking far side. Instead, he'll play it up the ice. Up to Wyston Lee, who grabs it out of the air. Now Wyston Lee is knocked off the puck by Hay. And Hayward Jones will play it up the wall. Now Dixon tries to play it in as Hayward Jones is applying some pressure. Knocked off the puck by Tueller. And now pops right out in front. Rooney with a chance, still loose. And finally Kennedy is able to smother it.
Wow, how did that not go in there, Doc?
Fortuitous bounce, saw it right on the stick of Rooney, but a good recovery by the defenders, including Janssen and Tueller, to help Kennedy out and keep that out of the net.
That's true. So the Atwell line's going to be out there full of Swarm. Atwell actually having a really good season, almost averaging about 2 points per game in the regular season. And probably about 100 hits as well, Doc. It's like a battering ram out there this season. So as always.
Here's McDonald for the Swarm, trying to get it up towards Kozak, but it's broken up by Hart. Now Hart trying to get one towards the net, but Tuller is able to corral that. Now plays it over towards McDonald. Now Kozak for the Swarm takes it in the zone. Little spinorama here just off the stick of Atwell. One-timer here, and oh, what a save by Chaba as Fontaine was looking for his second. Now here's Kozak for the Swarm. Throws one off the wall towards McLeish. Trying to catch Swarm on a change, but Kozak there to protect, to stop Sestroni getting the ball. And now here comes Kozak. Kozak throws one in, but that's off just the glove of Chaba. And now Polozov has it. Polozov shoots, he scores! Sasha Polozov goes top shelf, and we have a 2-goal game.
Wow, what a goal there from Sasha Polozov. Absolutely rips it above the glove of Chaba. A quick release as well. Must be using that low kick point stick, Doc. Look at that. Oh, and went around in and out of the goal. Very nicely done.
So a big goal here by the Swarm to extend that lead, give them a little bit of a cushion, and exactly what those home fans were looking for.
Just as the Admirals were really applying some pressure, getting some momentum back, putting up a real good dogfight, and they now find themselves down by 2 goals. Almost hard done by in a way.
Now up Simon at the line, throws one through, misses everything. But chipped out by Henry. He finds Sestroni. Now Sestroni trying to get it back to Henry, but Simon does a nice job to cut it off. Now Polozov back to recover. He finds a stick of Stepanek. Now to the far side towards Sandoy. Up towards Polozov. Polozov looks, trying to find an outlet. Instead, he'll play it all the way to the far side towards Dalmatal. Now back low towards Polozov, but that's broken up by Kennedy. Over to Sestroni, who just plays it off the wall and unable to get it out with the long reach of Sandoy, and now finally out. So play down to the Swarm end. We're going to get a change here for the Admirals. Sandoy with a nice move off the wall, but then Hopkins' pass for Hill is out of his reach. And Simon has it for the Swarm. He looks to the near side. Hill going back towards McDonald, but that's over his head. And now Chamberlain with some speed. He's played off the puck by McDonald. Now over towards Tuller. Up to Hopkinson. He'll play it off the wall. Now a race for the puck here. No icing. There's a great hustle there by McDonald. Centering feed looking for Hill. But Hayward Jones was there to break it up. Now Hopkinson doing some work. Able to get it up towards Tuller. Now cross ice towards Vortanov. Vortanov all alone, is shot, and a great block by Hayward Jones as the Swarm had 2 down low. Now Hayward Jones trying to get it up the ice. Able to take it himself. Plays it over towards Chamberlain. His shot goes right through, but Kennedy saw that one all the way.
Yeah, back to what I was saying just a little bit before there, Doc, how the Swarm are able to absorb so much pressure and then go the other way and actually turn half-scoring opportunities into goals like that. They've done it really well all season. They can really sustain a lot of pressure against them, go the other way, get a goal, and then all is forgiven of how poorly they were probably defending a couple of minutes ago. There's still a lot of hockey left to go here in this game, that's for sure.
Absolutely. But you can definitely hear a audible difference from the West Auckland fans as they were really building that momentum and are now just dead silent.
They'll definitely be back. The Swarm's loudest supporter, Candice, isn't here tonight, but we're definitely about to hear her if she were. That's Atwell's wife.
So it'll be McLeish. His pass too far, no icing here. Had an opportunity to catch the Swarm on a change, but unable to connect with the pass. So it'll be Atwell playing it up towards Kozak, who gets in behind McLeish. Now Kozak breaks towards the net, but he's taken off it as Atwell gets right into Chaba's grill.
Yeah, looks like Rooney might have got tied up with him there a little bit.
So it'll be Simon. He'll play it up the wall towards Dalmatau. Fontaine again. Fontaine never hesitant to throw that body around. And turnover here. Here's Atwell with a clapper and a shot, and that one bounces off the iron. Wowee.
That was close.
A crazy pinball type of shot that almost short hopped over the shoulder of Chaba, but instead it remains just a 2-goal lead for the Swarm. And here's Rooney now for the Admirals. Plays it down low towards Hart, who takes a hit from McDonald to free up the puck for Polozov. Now up towards Stepanek. Now Stepanek into the zone using his big body. Centering feed there is broken up by Chaba. And now just played out of the zone as the Admirals seem to be content with just clearing the zone at this point. Unable to gain much possession in the offensive third. Now Dalmatau. Down low towards Polozov. His centering feed hits the skate of Chaba. And once again, the Swarm are applying some pressure. And puck pops free right to the stick of Vesper. Now here's a chance for the Admirals and a skate save made by Kennedy. Just like that, we can flip the script for the Admirals as they get some opportunities here. Really looking to get their first goal on the board and really change the momentum of this game.
Yeah, they really need one to get going here in this game. They're being outshot, outpaced at the moment.
And here's an opportunity, turnover right in front, but a good recovery by Tueller as the Admirals had 3 men down low. And now Hay has it. Here in the waning seconds of this one, he'll shoot one all the way down. And we're going to get a whistle and an icing. So a face-off in the West Auckland zone with just 12 seconds remaining.
Here's that shot from Atwell that takes a deflection, then off the left upright. That was close there, extremely dangerous. I don't think Chaba could have done anything about that either.
Yeah, trying for the drop goal. Couldn't quite kick her through. So face-off here is won by the Admirals, and that will do it for all the danger here in the second. As another period goes by.
Well, looks like 1.7 left on the clock.
I spoke a fraction too early, 1.7 seconds too early. So we will once again get a face-off in the Admiral zone, and we're not out of the clear yet. So face-off to the left of Chaba. One right to Sandoy, but his shot does not get through in time. And that will do it for the end of 2 periods. Botany Swarm extend their lead, getting a second goal to give them that 2-goal lead.
Yeah, and they're defending well up until, well, maybe say about 5 to 7 minutes before the end of that second period, when they were under a heap of pressure in their zone. It looked like the Admirals were bound to score. They somehow held that off, went the other way, got a goal from Polozov, found themselves up 2-0.
The Swarm certainly weathered the storm, but the Admirals will be looking to try to continue some of the momentums that they did generate in that second. And of course, Chaba on their side has been big in goal.
Oh, he's been huge ever since he rejoined the team this season. The fans are definitely going to need to get behind their team in this third period because they can definitely need it. They need to get down there, sustain some pressure like we did see glimpses of that. If they are able to do that, Doc, in the third period, they could definitely tie this game. But if they can't, they're going to just have to maybe regroup, try to get back at it tomorrow.
Well, after 2 periods of play, it is a 2-goal lead for the Swarm. Stick around for the conclusion of this matchup in the third period coming up. Kia ora whanau, and welcome back to Tamaki Makaurau here in Auckland, New Zealand for some playoff action in the NZIHL. After 2 periods of play, we see the Swarm up 2-0 against the West Auckland Admirals, but still 20 minutes left here to play.
That's right. It's definitely been a mostly even game, like I said just before, at the end of the second period there. I expect the Admirals to come out absolutely firing, try to take this game back to the Swarm. Obviously, they're going to get a couple of goals to equalise, and they do need to stop the Swarm, who are looking to heat it up as well, Doc.
Well, I think what you'll hear in that changing room is the next goal is massive here in this 2-point contest. If the Admirals able to get the next one, they could ride that momentum, and they do have so many dangerous players on their side that this game is very far from over.
That it is indeed. Chuba looking very well. Canada having, not going to say the word, but he's having a very good game so far, Doc.
He has had the best possible game so far.
That's right, he has.
Statistically.
Yep, that's true.
But yet the shots are 19 apiece. So even game on the shot chart, but yet 2-goal lead for the Swarm.
And we do this all again tomorrow night as well. So lose tonight and you can come back tomorrow and get a win, and you're right back in it.
So third period underway here at the Hive. And it'll be Sandoy for the Swarm, playing it up the wall towards Hay, but he's not able to control it, and Stepanik's able to step in. And here'll be Dalmatau, throws a shoulder in. Tried to get it up towards Sandoy, but instead it's given to Ellis. So Ellis into the zone. Tries to play one down towards Hayward Jones. It got through, but Canada was there. And now on the far side. Played down low right to Hart. Hart looking for a centering feed here. Finds Hay. Hay all alone. He shoots, and a blocker saved by Canada. Now Polozov finds Dalmatau. Dalmatau puts one through but misses everything, and Chava will hold on.
Yeah, great shot from Ollie Hay down the other end. But obviously when Dalmatau comes down here, as you see here, gets the puck. Could have passed to Stepanik, but a quick shot was probably on, to be honest. And Chava knows to pounce on that, especially with Dalmatau and Stepanik crashing the goal.
So played up to center ice with a little lofty 9-iron. Was looking for Henry. And now here's Regan. Regan with some speed going 1-on-3. Puts one on the net, but goes over everything. Good little burst there from Regan. Trying to make something happen. And now it's Atwell for the Swarm. His pass. Miscommunication there with Fontaine. And so the Admirals will start the other way. Vesper is able to avoid a hit from Kozak. Regains control of the puck, and now here's Sestroni. Sestroni with a ripper right on, but a glove save made by Canada.
Yeah, wicked shot there from Sestroni. Definitely got everything on that. But once again, Canada making a really good save.
Canada, when he has seen the puck, has been able to stop at most occasions this season, especially flashing that leather. So here's Janssen, able to get it out of the zone, and he's got some speed. Puts it right through, save made by Chaba. Rebound cleared up, but not out. Hay plays it down low. Vortinov looking cross ice, but instead that hits a stick of Chamberlain. And now played out, but intercepted by Mawson. Kennedy for the Admirals. Up the wall, he's looking for Moses. Unable to connect, so that will be an icing and a face-off back down in the Admirals' end.
Yeah, they really need to focus on tape-to-tape passes getting late into this game, because once you don't start hitting your targets, you're only going to be turning the puck over to the Botany Swarm, who really do take care of that puck when they do have it. They don't give it away too easily, and they probably make about 95% of their passes most times. Maybe a little bit less.
95 is an awfully large number.
It is.
Here's Smith for the Admirals, the smooth skating winger. Trying to get something happening, brings it into the zone himself, but eventually Simon's able to take that away from him. Now up in the neutral zone. Here's McDonald. Looking for Hopkinson. Hopkinson bats it out of midair, and Chaba's forced to make the save.
Yeah, Hopkinson's actually looked pretty crafty tonight, I got to admit. A couple of nice passes, and then also a saucer pass up ice in the zone a little bit earlier on. You see Marcus McDonald, a little saucer pass up to Hopkinson as well. Oh, that would have been a dandy if that went in, to be honest.
Good save by Chaba as he was falling back into the net and holds on for the faceoff. So Rooney has it. He'll play it back down towards Hay. That's Ollie Hay, who has played a little bit of forward this season as well. Some versatility back there for the Admirals. Now up towards Ellis. Ellis puts one through, but that's steered away by Canada. Now Rooney with a shot that's blocked by Simon. And down low again. Dalmatral trying to beat Ellis to it, and he does. Gets it to Polozov. Now Sandoy with a bit of time. And he'll just skate it himself. Sandoy into the zone, throws one towards Chaba, but he comes in offside.
Yeah, not sure who was just ahead of the play there. But nonetheless, they'll all stay out there for the Botany Swarm. Only the defenseman will get a change. And flag that, it will be a full line change. And they've got the young boys out there for the Admirals, Sebastian Stephen and Leon Quigley, alongside Dixon.
And they'll be up against the second line here for the Swarm, centered by Atwell, alongside Fontaine and Kozak. So Quigley gains control, is able to get it up towards Steven. Steven is upended by Tueller, and the Swarm will have possession in their own end. McDonald feeling some pressure, will play it over to the near side. And Tueller has it. His pass is intercepted by Steven and played back down below the net. Dixon trying to make a play on it, fighting for position with McDonald. And into the far side. There's Dixon with a shot right on, but a skate save made by Canada as he's once again up to the challenge. Now here's a shot from the point again, but Canada holds on and is quick to cover up.
Yeah, he definitely won't trouble Canada too much with a shot like that from the point. Definitely need to get a little bit more oomph on that one.
So you may have noticed some of the fancy camera angles that we are bringing you here today, and so a big thank you to Matt from Christchurch for lending us the cameras for some of these amazing views that we see right now this weekend.
And an all-round good guy as well. And also a quick shout out to Stephen and Richard watching from home here this evening and absolutely enjoying the game.
And now here's a Vesper with a nice move right in front, and he just can't quite pull the trigger as Hay was able to get on his back. And a nice play here by Whiston Lee to regain control, but he loses possession. Turnover right in front. Sistroni tried to find Rooney back door, but it's broken up, and here come the Swarm the other way with Vortonov.
Yeah, a couple of dangerous plays there for the Swarm. Could have been an easy goal there for the Admirals, but it does not stay. Sorry, it does not go in. Couldn't get the shot off.
Some good recovery by the Swarm as Regan makes a play, trying to get through, but once again a great back check as Dalmatau broke that play up, negating another opportunity. Here's Polozov, leaves it for Stepanek. Now up to Dalmatau. Dalmatau right on, but a save made by Chaba.
Oh, and you're definitely back to Ivan Dalmatau there. Good pass too from Stepanek. But here's that Vesper chance. Goes through Vortonov and almost around Andy Hay. Yeah, you're right. Just couldn't get a shot off there, Doc.
Yeah, great play there to just walk around Vortonov, but a good recovery by Hay to help break it up. And now here's Stepanek from the corner. Comes right to the slot, but a blocker save made by Chaba as he was forced to come out of the crease and challenge that attempt. And now Dalmatau back to Stepanek. Stepanek, backdoor shot and a goal! Sasha Polozov gets his second, and the Swarm have a 3-goal lead.
Wow, what a lovely move there from the Botany Swarm. It was Stepanek to Dalmatau, then back to Stepanek, over the other side to Sasha Polozov, and he roofs it.
Some absolutely fantastic puck movement from the top line of the Swarm, and they open up a commanding lead with just 14:21 remaining.
Going to be extremely tough to get back into this one now for the Admirals, especially when the Swarm get in this mood. They are a tough unit to stop.
So an uphill battle here for the Admirals, but certainly not without their reach due to the very high volatility and action that can happen here in the game of ice hockey.
Absolutely right. It is a game that does favor the team that works the hardest, Doc. Don't have to have all the skill or pace.
So that's played, knocked out of the air by Hart, no high stick, and here comes Hayward Jones in the zone, but his shot is broken up by Tueller as he was looking to get one back right away.
Yeah, he's a great player too, Flynn Hayward Jones.
And here's another replay of that goal. Sasha Polozov, backdoor. He's not going to miss from that range.
Love seeing the size difference between Stepanek and Polozov as well.
Well, despite their size different, both equally difficult to get the puck away from them.
Oh, yeah. You should see Polozov with the puck in the corner. Oh.
And there was Fontaine with a backhander in front that goes off Chaba and into the netting, looking for his second of the night.
Yeah, I was just saying you should try to get the puck off Polozov in the BHL when he's in the corner. Gee. That is a tough thing to do. So the Admirals are going to get that young line out there once again. Almost a little bit surprised as they were playing this line earlier on in the game. Personally, I'd probably stick to lines 1, 2, and 3.
And the Admirals have quite the task in front of them, but do remember that the series does not end with this game. There is another one tomorrow, regardless of the outcome of this one, as it will be an aggregate over the weekend. And should the Swarm continue to take this match, there will be one tomorrow, which, if the Admirals were to win, would send it into an immediate overtime session following tomorrow's contest. So still much to play for this weekend, and of course in the final 13 minutes of this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Game definitely isn't over yet, Doc, but when the players probably know that moment is, you probably got to start looking at gaining some momentum, get it back so you can start a hot game tomorrow.
And Hopkinson will play one in. Steered aside by Chaba. Now played up the wall. And that's Dixon who has it into center ice. Trying to centering feed. Hits the midsection of Whiston Lee as both sides do battle. And now Simon with a nice play to intercept the puck. And he'll bring it up the far wall. Now down low. Centering feed. Vortinoff was looking for Whiston Lee. Goes to Simon, puts one through, and that's actually deflected off the stick of Vortinoff and into the netting.
Yeah, definitely got a really good redirect on there. Unlucky that it absolutely got skied into the netting.
And McLeish making his case to the referee that should be outside the zone with this faceoff due to it deflecting off a Swarm player, but to no avail. So it'll be another chance here for Vortinoff as he steers that one wide. And the Swarm continue their attack. Now Vortinoff from the slot off his back foot, throws it right into the midsection of Regan. And now Vesper the other way. Vesper over to Sistroni. Sistroni puts one through, but that's deflected over the glass into the netting, and we will get a whistle.
Yeah, also something that the Swarm defensemen have been doing really well this game and throughout the season is when the opposition players are about to get that shot off, they're getting the stick in the shooting lane as well. Just to, obviously if they can't block it with their body, getting that stick in the lane is almost just as good because it's going to make the puck move a lot.
Nothing has come easy for the Admirals in this game thus far. Have had some opportunities, but every time Canada has stood up to the challenge.
Yeah, there's been some moments they've looked incredibly good, like they were about to get back into this game with a hiss and a roar, Doc.
And here's a long pass towards Dalmatow. Dalmatow with a step. He puts one through, but just misses wide. Mason Kennedy was on his back to break that one up. Now Polozov. Again in the corner over towards Stepanek, who just churns it towards the net. And back to Polozov. Now up to McDonald. McDonald puts one right through, but that's deflected to the near corner. And Kennedy tries to play it up the wall towards Moses. He's unable to clear it, as it's kept in by Dalmatow. Now, player still doing work and finally brought up to center ice, and it's Smith who gets control of the puck. Now Smith on the attack, trying to work against Tueller. And an opportunity there is steered away by Fontaine. And now he's got some speed, going 1-on-3, played over to Kozak. Kozak from the slot, he shoots, but that's a blocker save by Chaba, as he had to direct that one over the netting.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been just going a little bit high, but as a goaltender, we'll have a quick look at Dalmatow here. One hand shielding it away, going on the forehand, but just putting it wide.
Could not quite pull the trigger on that one.
It was an awesome stretch pass as well. Not sure who it actually came from.
So here's Ollie Hay at center ice doing a little dancing back and forth. Able to get it past Kozak and finally into the zone. Here's his brother, Andy Hay. As you can probably see him as a big hit here as Fontaine goes face first into the wall. Hay again throwing his body around.
He absolutely hunts for the hit.
He is a force to be reckoned with.
I think he was actually going to go after his brother Andy Hay then for a sec, but he got the puck off quite fast.
Might have heard him chirping coming up on him. But nonetheless, we have Regan here trying to get some sustained pressure here for the Admirals. Nice play again by Regan to hold it in. Throws one towards the net. It's deflected. Still loose, centering feed, still free, but unable to pull the trigger. We're the Admirals. Couple of great opportunities to get on the scoreboard, but they were once again thwarted as a big hit on the far side sends Regan to the ice. Complaining to the ref that he was nowhere near the puck, but we continue play. Body's starting to fly a little bit here.
Yeah, as it did at the start of the second period, then kind of died out a little bit once the Admirals kind of lost a little bit of that momentum stage they were in.
Sandai plays one up softly, no icing here. Vorjanov to chase. But McLeish steers it to safety towards Steven. Now up towards Hart. He can't do much with it. So Vorjanov retreats. And he'll play it up towards Hill. Hill trying to get around Taylor Kennedy. It's played right to Hopkinson. Dixon doing battle near his feet and then played up and knocked out of the air by Steven. And then played the length of the ice. Mason Kennedy can't handle it, so no icing here. And now his brother Taylor has it. And Tueller will keep it in. Big hit here by McDonald on the pinch. And he'll throw one right towards Chaba as Steven hit the deck a couple times.
Yeah, I wanted some penalties on there, but definitely didn't see anything that Ryan McDonald did wrong. He didn't find a tape-to-tape pass then, though, so it will be an icing. So the Admirals definitely not giving up, as you'd expect. They're a team that just has got that never-die attitude, and that's something I've really liked about them since I started watching them many years ago. And how good are these side camera views, guys? Brilliant.
Giving us a whole new view of the action.
Oh, look at that. Get to see some skills there from Thula.
And let's not discount that great catch from the referee. Showing that skill is abound all over the ice. And that one actually hits the noggin of Henry and goes into the netting above the glass. So we will get a whistle and a face-off back inside the Swarm zone.
Yeah, the old Vespa, Henry, and Sestrone line have been really good for the Admirals this season. I think they lead the team in points. I know Henry solely leads the team in points. Not sure about the whole unit, though.
So Vesper and Hay doing battle in the corner, and it's played up to Stepanek. Tries to get it up the ice towards Dalmatow. And now here come the Swarm the other way, up towards Polozov. Polozov looking for Mawson backdoor, but is knocked out of the air by Sestrone. But not to safety yet. And here comes Stepanek fighting for it against Henry. Stepanek for the Swarm. Leaves it for Simon. Simon throws one towards the net, but Henry got a stick on that. And it's cleared up and out by the Admirals. And here's Sandoy, plays it up to Stepanek. He finds Polozov. Polozov will regroup. Then back to Stepanek. Stepanek all alone in a shot just wide. Chaba might have got a piece of that. Now centering feed looking for Stepanek again, but Chaba forced it to make a stick save and actually lost the twig. But a nice exchange there, actually.
Moses actually gave him a stick quickly. Gave it to Chaba.
So Chaba able to recollect his utensils. And here's Fontaine for the Swarm. Plays it up top towards Sandoy. Sandoy throws one through, but that goes past everyone's cheek muscle. And now Chamberlain with some speed in the zone. Chamberlain shoots shot and a big save again by Kennedy.
Canada's been absolutely incredible so far here for the Swarm this evening. He's stopped 30 shots so far. And doesn't look like slowing down either, Doc.
The West Auckland Admirals are actually out shooting the Swarm in this contest, 30-28. But the stat that really matters is that in the goal column, and the Swarm have 3 of them. 2 from Polozov, and of course the opening goal from Jackson Fontaine.
Almost could have had 3 here this evening as well, could Fontaine.
Fontaine has looked good using that speed up the ice as Canada comes out with a dangerous play, but it is luckily steered away to safety. And here's Tuller. He'll skate it himself. Can't get around Ellis, so he'll just backhand it in for Whiston Lee to chase. But a nice play for the Admirals to get it out of the zone. And now going coast to coast here was Steven, but a nice play there by Canada to hold on as the defender was going coast to coast.
Yeah, when you try to go right into the slot area, you're definitely going to have a couple of words with a defenseman that's going to stop you. Here's Riley Smith trying to get to that puck before Canada. Canada making a good decision there to come out and get something on it.
A bit dangerous, though. Could have ricocheted back into an open goal, but Swarm lucky to see that one bounce towards safety. And the captain, Hay, try to go D to D. Instead goes up the wall towards Stepanek. And now back to the near side. as Paulsov will collect off the wall. Play it up towards Dalmatau. Dalmatau with some speed in the zone. Trying to get around Regan, but he's sealed off, and Chaba's forced to hold on.
Yeah, you would probably think the Admirals definitely need to try and get at least one goal to just for that happy thought process going into tomorrow's game, and a little bit of confidence knowing that, hey, we can actually get one past these guys.
Yes, they are certainly hungry for a goal, and if you are hungry, make sure to check out game sponsor Burger King after this contest.
You gonna be there, Doc?
I will certainly be eating some food after this one, and it might as well be a big, juicy burger. There's a big, juicy save there from Canada.
He's been making them all game, Doc. He's having a day, you might say. Good rip, though, from Ellis.
It's been tough to beat Canada, but if you want to listen to some beats, tune up to George FM, because it beats working here at the Hive.
That's 96.6 if you're in Auckland.
Also, shout out to our sponsors, Print Plus.
And also Noria. I think Quinton secured that one for the boys.
So thank you to Noria and Print Plus as well for supporting ice hockey here in Auckland, and two fine squads going at it, representing both the west and east sides of the city.
And also the Admirals have been without Daigle the whole game so far, Doc. He's in Canada at the moment, visiting an unwell relative, so our thoughts are with him.
Yes, best wishes to Daigle and his whānau.
Definitely a huge player for them not to be in the semi-finals, but that's life.
And actually their top point getter of the season as well, as here come the Admirals 2-on-1. Give and go to Henry, shoots, he scores! Scott Henry puts the Admirals on the board.
And there goes the shutout, 3 minutes to go. Maybe we should have said the word.
Well, that was exactly what the Admirals needed. And just like that, they are back in it with 3 minutes to play.
100%. I've seen 5 goals in 3 minutes, Doc. They only need 2. This next shift for the Admirals is going to be absolutely huge. They need to absolutely go out guns blazing against the Swarm team. Try to at least get within 1. Then they can maybe think of that perfect comeback.
Well, stay tuned here as things are starting to heat up in the Hive. And keep an eye on Chaba, the goaltender for the Admirals, as they may think about pulling him within the next minute or so down 2 goals. Need to get something going. And as we saw on their power play, they do threaten. So a lot left to play here as we get a whistle.
Yeah, not sure what the whistle is on.
We had a door through the penalty box that became ajar right next to the referee.
Really? A door?
So that was what the whistle was for. And 2.5 minutes remaining in this contest. 2-goal lead here for the Swarm, but they're going to have to fend off the Admirals. So nice play here by the Swarm to just send the puck to the other end and try to kill off the last 2 minutes or so of this game. As Chaba remains in his own net so far. As Bortonov has it here for the Swarm, and he will once again just softly play it ahead. Now Chamberlain. He'll leave it for Hayward Jones. Hayward Jones now up the ice. He's able to find Hay and now played in towards Moses. Centering feed here is scooped up by Simon. And now Simon over to Mawson. Mawson plays it off the wall towards Janssen. Instead, it's McLeish. He'll go cross ice towards Regan. Regan trying to find Chamberlain. Instead finds Simon, who tried to put it into the zone, but that hit a shin pad.
They need to get the puck and hold it at the Admirals, or they're not going to get scoring opportunities.
So this will be
an icing, yeah.
Icing on the Swarm. Face-off back into their defensive zone. And will this be the moment there they pull Chaba for an extra attacker? You would think it would be now or never.
Absolutely, I'd be telling them, come on, mate. I'd have him out of there before the face-off, Doc. What would you do?
I would definitely have the goaltender pulled at this point if the goal was to get back into this game and score another goal.
Still there, too.
So Swarm in a very defensive mindset, really just trying to chip the puck out of the zone at any point they can, not really looking to stage an attack or do much of a conventional breakout. In fact, they have two wingers that were just hanging out in the neutral zone to try to relieve the pressure as Dalmatow now takes it into the zone, trying to get around Regan. Instead, he's put down and Chab is forced to hold on, so we will get a whistle with just 35 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Dalmatow once again making a nuisance of himself. Such a clinical, deadly young player. But also Regan, he is a hell of a defenseman as well. A bright future for this country in terms of ice hockey phenoms. They are just coming thick and fast.
There are certainly some weapons at the disposal of the national side, that is for certain. And a lot of young talent coming up. As we've mentioned many times on this broadcast, Ivan Dalmatow for the Swarm, only 18 years young, centering that top line and really doing a good job of putting the puck in the net this year.
Oh yeah, and also got the goal of the season when they were down in Dunedin for that Friday night game. The in-between far post, absolutely incredible. You would have been amazed if you were there, bud.
So out of the timeout, 36 seconds remaining, and the Admirals need two. Tall task in front of them, that is for certain. But face-off won by the Swarm, plays it toward the net. It's Atwell. Now behind the puck is hit by McLeish. Now up towards Hart. Hart brings it into the zone. And now down low towards Regan. Regan over to Ellis. Ellis centering feed gets through. Chaba still in his net, so we're going to play 5-on-5 for the remaining seconds here. As Atwell gets it for the Swarm, and he'll just softly play it up. Back to center ice.
And that will do it for the Swarm for the game one.
But that is it. The Botany Swarm take the first game in this two-game semifinal series behind a monumental effort of Matt Kennedy in goal, stopping 32 of 33 attempts.
It was absolutely huge for the Swarm here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure we will see a change in goaltenders for the Botany Swarm tomorrow, but we will see Chubba return tomorrow, that is for sure, because he is their guy in between the pipes. But what a game, Doc. Could have gone, that first period, you would have thought it would have gone any way. But the Swarm just getting a couple of goals, chipping away, and then just maintaining that pressure. And that's ultimately what probably won them the game.
So with the Swarm winning this contest, it is now do or die tomorrow for the Admirals. They need a victory to stay alive and force an extra period of hockey tomorrow. Otherwise, it will be the Swarm advancing to take on the Sky City Stampede down in Queenstown next weekend. A lot of hockey left to play tomorrow.
A lot of hockey left to play. You're right about that. If they can just find how they played for that, a good 10 minutes of tonight's game, they could easily take tomorrow night's game and force an overtime. Would be a weird feeling, say, losing a game and then winning in overtime, if that's how the Swarm wanted to go through, but that's how it could be.
There is still a lot of possibilities in play, but with this victory, the Swarm are one step closer to taking themselves into that grand final against the Stampede. But hey, stick around because we still have one more game for you tomorrow night. So tune in again to the NZIHL stream. I've been Joel Rindelab alongside the magnificent Bryce Rouse to give you all the action. Stick around for tomorrow and we will catch you then.
Thank you, everybody, and have a good evening.